A dandelion sways in the breeze. A man yells, "Dandelions!" rips them out by the roots and mows his field to smooth, green perfection. The rain comes down. The sun shines down to coax the stems up once more, fully blooming, yellow and swaying, a landing pad for bees to gather their pollen. Night and day. Night and day. Night and day. Until the flowers are white puffs, light softness, dancing contentedly. The man yells, "There!" A hand descends, grabbing the trembling stem, and a million seeds escape his grasp.
Number 1. Say the word airplane.
Airplane.
Number 2. Say the word hot dog. What? Say the word hot dog. Hot dog. Number 3. Say the word ice cream. Say the word ice cream. Say the word ice cream!
Enough! Different things they do to keep us signing in school. This is how it might happen.
Forcing us to clasp our hands, to sit on our hands, taping our hands to our desks,
Forcing us to wear mittens so we cannot sign.
punishing us by making us kneel on broomsticks, by making us carry heavy books,
If we sign, slapping our hands with rulers so we cannot. Do you think that stops us? No, we have many ways. How do we get through it? When it's bedtime, under the sheets, we turn on a light and we sign.
We make up stories with our friends. We sign in secret. We accidentally flush our hearing aids down the toilet. We protest. We march. We throw off our oppressors and we never give up. We sign. We sign. We sign.
We sign.
We sign. We create poetry in our sign language.
As you can see, we sign our beautiful sign language.
Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll. 'Twas brillig in the slithy toves, did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the momy raths outgrave. Beware of the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware of the Jubjub bird, and shun the frumious bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword at hand, long time the mandsome foe he sought. So rested he by the tumtum tree, and stood a while, and thought. And as an unfish thought he stood, the Jabberwock, with eyes of flame, came rifling through the tawdry woods and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through, the vorpal blade went snicker snack. He left it dead, and with his head, he went galluffing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O frabjous day, Kalu Kale, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brillig in the slithy toves, did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the momy raths outgrave.
Stories. Oh, this is gonna be good, I bet. Oh, that's me. There I am. I'm deaf. I was born that way. We know that tired story that many of us have experienced, sitting at the dinner table with our hearing family members and not being in on what everyone's talking about. When we ask what's going on, they say, oh, it's not important. We'll tell you later. We all know that story. I have always been hungry, but not hungry for food. Hungry for interaction, for language. I've never been fed enough. I want more. When I was 3, I became a student at Rochester School for the Deaf. Here in Rochester. Well, not here, elsewhere in Rochester. At that time, signing was not the way of the world. We used the Rochester method, only fingerspelling, but it wasn't fast and impossible to read. Things became a little more crazed later on, after my time. We would say, I went to the store and I bought some candy. Very moderately paced fingerspelling. That's how it was. So I learned the alphabet, communicated in that way, but that wasn't what I was looking for. I wanted something more. When I was 10, I attended a summer camp with students from schools for the deaf from all over. It was amazing. All the other students were signing in so many different ways, things I had never seen before. There were some kind of home signs that I'd used before, but I'd never seen anything like this. I wanted to be fed. I wanted to take in all of this language as fast as I possibly could. I wanted to get my connection into that community and gain that language. I was there for 2 weeks. When I came back to RSD, I signed in a new way. People weren't into that, but I didn't give up. I kept practicing my signing, getting better and better. I became involved in athletics, and of course, we played against teams from other schools for the deaf, which meant I got to interact with students from all over. We talked, we communicated, not during games of course, but before and after, and all the different sports that I was involved in, I was able to learn and pick up more language from all these other students. I got more and more language. When I graduated, I still had a lot to learn. I was still hungry. I began working at RSD. You know, here in Rochester. I'm not sure exactly where, but it's here. I remember a workshop that I attended one day, and the topic was playing with your hands. Didn't know what to expect, and in walked the presenter. You may be familiar. It's Patrick Graybill. Really, just an amazing person. And when you fingerspell his name, the ending handshake that you sometimes end up with is the same one as I love you, which I think is very appropriate. During this workshop, when he picked up his hands and started to create stories and poetry from sign language, it was just amazing. I had never seen anything like that. I remember on that day, he described a way to get the idea of reflection across, like this. It was actually creating a reflection and fingerspelling the word reflection. It made so much sense. Around that time, I went to another performance. The presenter came onto stage. Dennis Webster. He lived here locally, but had a long and storied career with the National Theater of the Deaf. Very experienced, well-known actor. I was taken aback by how he presented an ABC story. This was nothing new to me. I'd seen ABC stories for a long time. But the way he presented it was exemplary. One of the themes was Sunday morning. He would use the A handshake to show waking up. B would be putting on slippers. C, drinking coffee. So much sense. Even if someone did not know sign language, they would understand what was going on in the story. That really impacted me. Seeing Patrick Graybill and Dennis Webster and their use of language is something that has truly made me part of who I am now. Still hungry there. I wanted more. I always have been wanting more. Again, remember I was working at RSD at this time, which was amazing because I had the ability to interact with all of the students there. I gave them language, they gave me some of their language, and I just felt like I was getting more of what I'd always been wanting. That hunger that I had was beginning to be filled just a little bit. I remember looking back when I was a child, I wanted language, and I was trying to provide that to these students. But I have to say, tomorrow, I'm still going to be hungry. Maybe some of you can feed me.
Oh, that's me, okay. Picture this, a beautiful warm beach, a Latinx family, over in the Dominican Republic. A woman walking by, she's 8 months pregnant. Suddenly she becomes ill. She has a high fever, rash. After a few weeks, that subsides. She's 9 months, ready to give birth. And who comes out? Me. Fast forward, I'm about 1 year old, 1 year old, and my mom calls me, but with no response. She calls me again, Guillermo, but nothing. Her concerns begin to persist, so she schedules an appointment with the audiologist to see what is going on. An audiogram later, the audiologist informs my mother that I am deaf. My mother began heartbroken over this news. I became the first deaf person in my family. The audiologist gave me a hearing aid to see if it would help. So I went along and used them. I went to public school over in the Dominican Republic, and I learned through spoken Spanish. Days in the classroom I would daydream, look out the window, look to the right, look to the left, I would see my mom. She worked as a principal at the time. As I would stay in the classroom, I wouldn't understand a thing, and I wouldn't pay attention much as well. Yeah, my experience in school wasn't good and it didn't seem to improve. My mom was concerned over this situation, so she began to look for another school. It was a deaf institute over in Dominican Republic. And keep in mind, Dominican Sign Language is quite similar to ASL. So I learned sign there. And as I began to learn, I still was not improving. I was very isolated. My mom did encourage me to socialize though. However, it didn't work. It was picture day over at the school, and I was ready to take my headshot. Tight-lipped, I took a photo. The photographer said, "Can you please smile?" I didn't, still tight-lipped. The photographer asked one last time, "Can you please smile?" I gave him a smirk. That pretty much sums up my experience at the school. My mom was still concerned, wondering if I would succeed or continue to stay in the place I was. She asked if it would be better if we would move to the States. After a while and some long discussions, we finally decided to move to the United States. Where did we move specifically? New York City. And boy, was it cold, and busy, and loud. Wow, I was not used to it. It was nothing like the Dominican Republic. We didn't experience the Four Seasons. It was quiet and small. This was quite the opposite. So I began being homeschooled with English, but I didn't know English. I knew Spanish, so I guess I had to learn this. And that was fine. So that was the second language I learned, English. Still clueless and not understanding much, my mom decided that it might be better to mainstream me into school. During that experience, I met other students and I learned my third language, Sign Exact English. And I began to sign. Using that, I began to socialize as well. Was that experience good? Was the picture perfect? Not really. My mother, tight-lipped, tried to figure out another situation to put me in. So she found another school. It was the oral approach as well, sign, and using some speaking as well. Did it get better? Yes, but the picture still was not perfect. I was still behind in school. My mother's concern began to persist. She looked for other schools and she finally found the Deaf Institute, Lexington School for the Deaf. It's over in Queens. And once I arrived, I began to meet the other students, but they signed ASL. And I did not understand ASL. And as I began to interact with these students and use my signed exact English, they didn't really recognize that either. And they began to criticize me for that. So after a while, I became used to ASL, and I really worked hard to pick up my ASL skills. Did communication at home work? Well, not so much. We did use contact language to get by, English, Spanish, and writing. I began to sign at school, but I didn't sign at home. So I had to I tried to figure out who I was. Was I hard of hearing? Was I deaf? Did I sign? Did I speak? Finally, I graduated Lexington and came here to RIT. And wow, was I overwhelmed. The culture, Latinx culture, all of the different cultures, the diversity was thriving here at RIT. I was involved in various clubs, in activities, so many things. And I began to figure out who I was through those experiences. I met one person and they taught me how to love myself. And I tried to figure out what that meant to me. And as I began to look at my life, I realized I faced a lot of hardships, a lot of isolation, a lot of miscommunication. I was trying to figure out who I was through those experiences. However, even though communication wasn't perfect, my family was still there for me, and I learned a lot about myself through that experience. And I love and understand myself as well through that. I learned who I was as a Latinx person. And I'm thankful for that person who told me to love myself. And remember, if you feel alone, you are not alone, and you can grow. And make sure you love yourself as well.
I've been told I look just like my mom. Short, with dark, wavy hair. But she's here. And she always wanted to join the Peace Corps and help people, but she decided to put family first. I've been told that the small village my father's family came from in Ireland, practically deserted now. All the potato crops were dying, and they were hungry. So they left and landed in Brooklyn. I've been told everyone in my family speaks so fast and loud, skipping their R's and peppering in Italian slang. People don't believe that they ever even left Brooklyn. I've been told I gesture like my mom, but I do not share her affinity for church. She goes every Sunday and hosts Easter at our house. I've been told these are my people. But I claim, as my ancestors, the artists whose handprints are still in the caves in France. I claim as my language, the language of hands, carried from France and Spain and grafted to what grew in this soil. I claim as my history the journeys of signing people, those isolated and those interconnected. those whose lives affirm mine. I claim, as my family, all of you, my brothers and sisters who do not share my coloring or geography. These claims I make regardless of what I've been told. This is our revered deaf ancestor, George W. Veddens. He is a shining light in our community. His leadership is unparalleled. His example is truly inspiring. He was involved in the NAD Motion Picture Preservation of Sign Language project, and we all are still signing here today. He taught at the Schools for the Deaf in Maryland and Colorado and served as NAD's 7th president. He is the one who christened us People of the Eye. Pictured next to George is his wife, Bessie. As you can see, his accolades are endless. His life and his example have been truly essential to our community. I'd like to share an anecdote with you from the year 1932. Veddens had finished teaching for the day at the School for the Deaf in Colorado and was crossing the street, where he was struck by a vehicle that then immediately left the scene. He was injured and rushed to the hospital, where he had to stay recovering for 10 weeks. After he was dismissed from the hospital, he decided to fight for his rights, which was no small thing at that time. He presented his case in court. The driver who had struck him was young, had taken his parents' car without permission, was out of control, didn't have a license. The court deliberated over this case. Let's see how the jury decided. Upon hearing the evidence of the case, the jury decided to acquit the driver, that it's lost. When asked for a reason why he lost, Veditz received the answer, well, maybe you weren't paying attention. He didn't agree. He wrote his side of the story and published it. We can think of the deaf community as a boat. Veditz is like the rudder of this boat. Without leaders like him, we are off course, we are aimless and foundering. We need these kind of leaders to fight for us, to help us gain the rights that are duly ours and become successful. That was his wish for all of us. Remember Veditz. Remember his desire for our community to stay united. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome.
What are you doing over there? Why are you fingerspelling everything?
I am here for the show. Same as you.
Same as you. Please. Why are you fingerspelling though? Can you just stop? The audience does not want to read fingerspelling this whole time.
No, they understand me. Goodbye.
Please just stop. Fingerspelling is so outdated. It's 2019 now. We sign. Newsflash.
Really? But it is my business. They understand me.
Hey, everyone out there. Audience, do you understand him? No. See? Boring. Stop.
Really? Then please leave me alone. Go away. Goodbye. Move. I will sing the national anthem.
I'm sorry, what? Are you really going to fingerspell the entire national anthem? Please do not subject us to this.
Move. Leave me alone. Let me do my job. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's...
No, please, 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 just stop. This is horrible. You are making me sick. I cannot stand it one more moment. Please just stop. Be done.
Leave me alone. Let me finish. Move. That way. No, move. Where was I? Oh, right. And the rocket's red.
I am sorry. I cannot abide this. Please stop. I have an idea.
What?
Let's race.
Really? A race? What race?
Let's see who can fingerspell the alphabet the fastest.
Excuse me? I will win.
I don't think so. Anyway, do you want to do it? Whoever wins will be the way that we communicate for the rest of the time. Signing for your spelling.
You're serious. Sure, but I will win.
Okay,
Okay,
are you ready?
ready.
Go on.
Who won?
You did not win. I won. I beat you.
I won. I won. I did.
No, I won.
No.
Hey. Who won?
Who won?
Who won?
No! I won! No!
I won. I definitely won.
No. I want to do it again.
You want to do it again? No, I definitely won. No redos.
Yes. Let's do it again.
Are you serious?
Let's do this. I won. Yeah.
No, I definitely won, right?
I won. Was it me?
Did I win? Me?
Me. I won.
No, it was me.
We both won.
We both won? Really?
Fine. Whatever. So we both won.
Both won.
So what do we do?
I don't know. What do we do?
You fingers spelled too.
No, that's different though. That doesn't count.
No, I saw it. I saw
Oh,
it.
wait, you just signed. I saw you do the sign.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Uh,
This is super confusing.
oh my gosh. It's signing.
Wait, you signed? Okay.
No,
Team.
we're a team. Okay.
We're a team.
That, yes.
That.
That. Yes. Cat.
Dog.
Dog?
I
Sign
can,
cat.
I can sign dog.
Oh, this is cool.
I can figure spell.
Oh, this is
Amazing.
cool. Let me do some more. Come on. Let's
This
go.
is with me.
I'm so glad. I want to stay.
I need to put, oh, wait, fingers.
No, we gotta go. So I have always been a rebellious girl. When I was growing up, I would flush my hearing aids down the toilet or I would hide them around the house. And as I got older, I realized I liked hearing. So when I was about 11 or 12, I started to notice I couldn't hear as well with my hearing aids. And I would turn the volume all the way up, and I still couldn't hear. So I thought about it and I decided. One day, I was with my mom in the car, and I turned to her, and I told her, "Mom, I want to cook your implant." And my mom's response was to break down in tears. Now, please understand that my mom is very supportive of me. She learned sign language, she learned deaf culture, and she learned all of that because I'm deaf. So we talked and we agreed. We went to an audiologist to discuss this with the audiologist. And I was denied, and I was enraged. And they said it's because I'm too young, I haven't had enough speech therapy, and a long list of other reasons. So So they thought that they were just going to dismiss me and that would be it. But no, I kept on going. I kept pestering them for an entire year. And finally, they got so sick of me, they decided to give me my cochlear implant. So I went in, got my surgery, and I was able to use it. And up until today, I still use it. So one day, my mom saw that audiologist, and they got to chatting. So the audiologist asked my mom, "Hey, does your daughter still use her cochlear implant every day and she goes to speech therapy?" My mom's answer was, "Oh yes, Malachi uses her cochlear implant every day, but going to speech therapy? Oh no. She just wants to use her cochlear implant to hear." And the audiologist was flabbergasted. So I love listening to the sounds of birds, the ocean crash, the wind, the music of nature. I use my cochlear implant for that. I'm a proud deaf person who happens to have a cochlear implant.
Oh wow, that's me. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that picture. It's kind of like art, right? Wow. That's me over there as well. I just want to let you know that technology can change your life. Technology keeps evolving, so do we. I'm going to tell you a story about how this happened. I'm sure you're all familiar with dating apps, right? So say, for example, if you're not interested in a person, you could swipe left. If you are, you can swipe right. And if you want to look at their profile, you can swipe up. You can see their hobbies, what they like and don't like, so on and so forth. So I was home one night looking through my dating app, and I swiped left, I swiped right, and then it was a match. And just to let you know, if you do find a match, a chat box will open. So this person I was in the chat box with, I said, "Hey, you're beautiful." "Oh, thank you. Would you like to go out and get some coffee?" "Sure. How about Friday at 4? "Yeah, let's do it." "All right, I'll see you Friday night." Oh, I was so excited. I have a date. Wonderful. And then that led me to realize, I opened the chat box and said, "Hey, I'm deaf, by the way." And you know when the three bubbles come up and they go down? So they didn't respond. A few moments later, they did answer, but they said, "Hey, I don't know any sign language." "Oh," and I told them, "Don't worry about it. We will figure it out, okay?" "Okay. Do you still want to go out?" "Sure, let's do it." "All right, I'll see you Friday then." So I was so excited. Fast forward to Friday night, I go to the coffee shop, and it is quite gorgeous in there. I take a seat and wait for my date to arrive, and lo and behold, what do I see out the window? This fine specimen walking in high heels and red lipstick, curly hair. I'm looking and I wave her down. She notices me, so we lock eyes, and I gesture, "How are you?" Oh, I'm fine." "That's great. Would you like to go grab a drink?" "Oh, yeah. So we go over, we get our drinks and take a seat, and I am so excited. I take a shot of my coffee, and then I pull out my phone, and I begin to text. And of course, she looks at it, and it's a compliment. She's like, "Oh, thank you so much." And I did not understand what she was saying. So I pull out my phone and put out an app, and she looks at it reluctantly, and I gesture, "Hey, speak through the speakerphone." And she speaks through it, and realizing it's voice recognition, so whatever she says shows up in a text box. And then I'm able to see what she's saying, and we're going back and forth during the date. As the date commences, I say, "Hey, I have to go." And we kiss each other on the cheek, and then I go home that evening. But she wasn't interested in me because she felt like there wasn't any chemistry. So that's fine. I go on my dating app again, and I swipe left, swipe right, match. Oh, didn't work out. Swipe left, swipe right, match. Hey, by the way, I'm deaf. Oh, didn't work out again. Swipe left, swipe right, match. We have a date. They weren't interested. So that goes on again and again. Third, fourth, fifth, same old story. Until one night, I have a date, and I'm sitting and waiting in that coffee shop, and lo and behold, what do I see out the window? This chiseled figure. And wow, is he handsome. I wave him down, he sees me, we take a seat, and I gesture, "How are you?" And guess what happened? He signs, and I'm okay. All right, he signs. You want to grab a drink? Yeah, but first, my name is Jeaae. Oh, that's cute. When you say A, you mean S, right? So your name is Jesse. Oh, yes, my name is Jesse. Would you like a drink? So we go and grab our drinks, we take a seat, and we're chatting. We're using the phone, we're using some sign, going back and forth. And the date commences, and I say, "Hey, well, I gotta go." And Jesse grabs my phone, and you know what happens? He speaks through the phone, and I look at the text box, and he says he wants a second date. And I respond, "Absolutely, let's do it." So the second date is perfect, and it goes on to the third and the fourth and the fifth, and a year later, that becomes a relationship. So remember when I told you in the beginning, technologies can change our lives for the better. Oh, that's so cute.
Am I deaf? I think so. No one would believe that about me. For a long time. No one. As a child, my parents were very clear. They said, "You are not deaf." Deaf people don't speak, and you can speak. Deaf people sign, and you can't do that. You are not deaf. That's something I believed about myself. I wasn't deaf. But I knew that I couldn't hear. My parents knew that. The deaf community recognizes that a cochlear implant is just a tool. The hearing world doesn't see it that way. The marketing world sees it as a magic fix. Research, interviews, parents who have children with cochlear implants all reinforce the idea that if someone gets a cochlear implant, they will be just like a hearing person. I got a cochlear implant. It wasn't a magic fix. I wasn't just like my parents. I wasn't just like a hearing person. But I'd always been told I wasn't deaf. I decided to identify as a deaf person. I knew I was deaf because my friends could pick up the phone and call someone, and I couldn't do that. I knew I was deaf because when I was hanging out with friends, they told me I was being too loud. I knew I was deaf because from the ages of 6 to 9, my parents gave me weekly injections to try to preserve the little residual hearing that I did have left. I knew I was deaf because in science class, when the teacher passed out tuning forks and said, "Hit them against your desk, you'll see it vibrate and you'll hear something," I did. I saw something, but I didn't hear anything. I knew I was deaf because sometimes I would have a conversation with a hearing person and not understand a word they said. I did have a teacher of the deaf. I was pulled out of my regular classes every week to do speech therapy because I had the cochlear implant. I remember one day I told my teacher about the most amazing dream I'd had the night before. Sitting around a table with friends, chatting. And I understood everything they were saying. The first time they said it. The first time in 14 years, I understood everything my friends were talking about. I told them I wanted to transfer schools. I wanted to be around other deaf people. I wanted to learn how to sign. And of course, you know what that response was. But you're not deaf. I wasn't having it. I fought with the school, I fought with my teachers, with my parents, with the doctors, with the audiologists, and I did transfer schools. I did sign. But does that mean I was happy in this deaf program? I remember one of the first days of school, sitting with 3 girls, signing away. And again, I understood nothing of what they were saying. The same old thing that I had been experiencing my entire life, it just looked a little bit different now. They saw me as a hearing person. I couldn't understand their signs, I was awkward. And I could speak. They wrote me off as hearing. So I got to work. For 4 years, I went to deaf events. I met deaf people. I interacted with those deaf students at my school. I worked to pick up American Sign Language. I didn't have a home. I didn't have a community before this. I didn't have any sort of anything to anchor me down. And I wanted that. Now I'm here at RIT, and I still work. I still am learning to sign. I am still meeting people. And here, I do sit with my friends around the table, and I do understand everything they're talking about because we are all signing. Does that mean I'm happy now, though? Have I arrived? Sometimes I still meet a hearing person, and we have a conversation, and I understand nothing. And I say, I'm deaf. And I get that response, no, you're not. You can speak. Sometimes I meet a deaf person. We have a conversation using sign language, and I say, I'm deaf just like you. And they say, hold on. You are not deaf just like me. You don't look deaf. You speak. So I'll ask you again. Am I deaf? Find out. Let me know. What are hands? Snow falling, flowers blooming, grass waving, leaves falling. This world expressed for you. What a nice poem. This is an original work by Clayton Valley. But I feel like it's missing something. Maybe a little audience participation. We'll show you what to do, and then we'll all sign it together. Ready? Copy me. Ready? Copy me. What are hands? Again? Whatever you were doing. What are hands?
Follow me. Snow falling. Again. Snow falling.
Flowers blooming. Flowers blooming. Flowers blooming. Grass waving. Grass waving. Grass waving.
Leaves falling. Leaves falling. Leaves falling.
All of this expressed for you. You can do better than that. Come on, let's hear it. All of this expressed for you. All right. Ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? What are hands? Snow falling, flowers blooming, grass waving, leaves falling. All of this expressed for you. That was just beautiful. Good job. When I get to be a smooth signer, I'm gonna sign some poems like Daybreak, like the first school for the deaf. I'm gonna sign imagining the branches of an old oak tree, stretching like a hand up into the sky just like me, stretching out arms, signing. I'm gonna sign about scads and scads of dandelions. Deaf flowers, hard of hearing flowers, hearing flowers. Alice. Claire. Gallaudet. Families, friends, and relatives, all hands grasping one another. I will become a smooth signer and create poetry like daybreak from long ago. Poetry that will last forever. Fire, heart, blood, candle, ruins, volcano. Leaf. Leaf. World. Frog. Caterpillar. Butterfly. The beach. Raindrops. Wind. Dripping rain. Clouds. Waterfall.
People tell me what they think a black deaf female is. People tell me what they think they know what a black deaf female is. People tell me they know the deal behind all the deals. Just a simple solution. Mix in the deaf culture, add equal amounts of black culture, stir well and smoothly. Pronto, the black deaf culture. I say, excuse my student English, but fuck off. Enough of you telling me who I am. Let me tell you. Deaf culture, black culture, I don't need no second-hand, whittled down, semi-that culture. Mulatto, hard of hearing, prescribed, I am a strong, black, and deaf woman. Who am I? I am determined. I'm cooking up my own recipe. Spicy, like my mama taught me. No, I don't need your bull. Thank you very much. Only Ivy telling me what a black, deaf female is.
This is my class, the school for the deaf I attended. Let's tell you a little bit about how we excelled in speech class. Now at that time, we could use sign language naturally anywhere we wanted, outside the classroom. During class, no signing was allowed. I remember a day when I was around 10 years old. I was in class, we were all wearing our headphones, and the teacher was at the front of the room, dutifully speaking into the microphone around her neck, teaching her lesson. As class went on, I noticed a classmate raise her hand. She didn't understand the teacher. I wished that I could help her in some way. There was a blackboard at the front of the room. The teacher turned her back to us and began writing. I took this moment to start signing to that classmate, using sign language to explain to her what the teacher was saying. But the signs I used made noise. The teacher turned around, caught me, and deducted points. Not what I was going for. Now, my parents are both deaf, and they attended schools for the deaf when they were children. I remember seeing them share experiences that they had when they were young. One story particularly that my mother had stood out to me. When she was a student, her school didn't provide any sort of transportation. It was up to the parents to come and pick up their students at the end of the day. So one day, my mother's parents, my grandparents, who were both hearing, came to pick up my mother. They were sitting in the front, and my mother and a friend, who was coming over, were in the back. They were carrying on, chatting away, signing in the back seat. My grandmother heard them, turned around, and said, "Girls, no signing." Ugh. How were they going to catch up with each other if they couldn't sign? Well, what they realized was the way that they were signing was the normal way. Hands would touch each other, and sometimes some signs made noise. So if maybe instead of touching their hands while they were signing, they stopped the signs before the hands actually made contact, it would be silent. So they tried it. They signed in this way, and no one in the front seat heard them. It worked. So I remembered my mother talking about this and decided to try it out. Once again, the teacher was speaking away, teaching her lesson at the front of the room. And again, that same classmate was completely out of the loop, didn't understand a thing. Again, the teacher turned her back to us to write on the blackboard, and this was my moment. I turned to my classmate and I started to sign again, but this time I was doing it in the way my mother and her friend did, silently, without our hands touching. It worked. So, were we the most model students? I would not say so. We really pulled one over on our teacher. But as a class, we started getting better and better. And you can see we won this pennant. Good for us.
Back when I was in high school, during my freshman year, I decided to join the softball team. We were called the Panthers. Mind you, our team was full of hearing people. I was the only deaf person on our team. I would go to practice. I could not play in the games because my grades were not good enough. So I was a dutiful student, and my grades came up, and I was able to join and play the games. We had more deaf teammates join, and we would go to games and we'd start losing. And we had different codes. So like this means steal, this means slide, things like that. And we would have this set up for different bases, different terminology for the game. So we would go to practices, and we would go to games, and we would start winning. And we would teach our hearing teammates sign language to communicate with us. And because of this building of rapport, we were able to win. more and more games. So we finally went to the playoff games. So we went to the playoffs, and we won our first game, we won our second game, and we won our third game. And the championship game we went off to, and we were so excited to play. So our group went, and we were very competitive. We ended up losing, but our rapport was built stronger because of our communication. So during my senior year, this continued, and we went to games, and we continued to win more and more and more. So our first game we won in the playoffs, second we won, and the third we ended up losing. So my final game on my team, I wanted a home run. So it was my turn to bat. I put on my helmet, put on my gloves, got my bat. I readied, swung my bat, hit right at the park, ran to first base, second base, third base, looked at home, and I saw my team cheering me on, and I was the first down on my team.
My heart began to beat. Just keep in mind, ASL is my fourth language, and I had an experience that quite changed my life. It was overseas, as you can see right there in the picture. I'm from Indonesia. That's over in Southeast Asia. It's quite far from here. Back in high school, I was involved with the Deaf Youth Agency. And they taught deaf people different leadership skills, so on and so forth. And I learned so much from that experience. It was the year 2015, and I was selected to go to a deaf camp over in Turkey. And I was quite excited. However, I was still nervous. I was wondering, how was I going to communicate in Turkey if I didn't know the sign language over there? However, I didn't want to go to the camp and not learn a thing. Interestingly enough, my friend told me that International Sign Language, around 60% is derived from ASL. So with that, I studied hard. I watched a lot of YouTube videos to try to pick up the language. Still nervous as the date approached. My heart still was beating. Nevertheless, I flew over to Turkey. And there was people from all walks of life. I'm talking over 60 different countries were in attendance. And I began to notice that as we were grouped, it was dependent on the continent, Europe, Asia, Africa, so on and so forth. And the camp host decided to split the groups up, so we all mixed about. And we began to use International Sign Language and our sign languages as well. And I noticed all the variations. For example, this is have, this is the sign for more, this is the sign for impossible. And as I was in these groups, we all developed relationships, and we learned our different country sign languages. Let me give you an example. In ASL, my name is Syria. In Indonesian Sign Language, this is how I introduce myself. In British Sign Language, this is how I introduce myself. In Korean Sign Language, this is how I introduce myself. In Argentinian Sign Language, this is how I introduce myself. Wow, you can see all those different languages, and we began to mingle using that and International Sign Language. I learned so much about deaf rights, education, politics, how to persuade people, so on and so forth. We became empowered there, and we realized when we went to our respective communities, we were able to empower each other. And we realized with that, together, we can, as a community, excel and reach new heights. And also, deaf children are our future.
Hey,
Hey.
go ahead.
Okay, let me put my seatbelt on. Grab the wheel. Put the gas on. Yeah. Let's go. Trees passing. Cruising. Wheels spinning. Driving. Yeah, let me play my jam. There we go. Let me pull down the window, catch a breeze. Yeah, turn it up even more. Look at that constellation. Oh wow, the moon and a shooting star. Yeah, let me turn it up even more. Whoa, what are those lights? Oh, the cops. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get them. Ah, even more. Put down the pedal, let's go. Look at that bump. Oh. Oh. What are those lights? Even more. Let's go. Spin out. Oh. Busted.
That was really nice. Good story. You know what? Could you start again?
Again?
Yeah,
Again?
yeah.
Alright, can you hold this for me, please?
Sure. Okay.
Alright, let me put my butt.
You know what? Could you start with the part with the trees?
The trees? Alright.
Mm-hmm.
Trees passing, going by.
What is going on here? This could be anything. A big building, maybe a rundown barn, mansion. It could be anything.
Yes, cruising.
Cruising. Obviously, this is a freshly paved road. No potholes here.
The wheels spinning.
Wheels spinning, yes. So we can imagine any kind of car. It could be a really nice car. It could be any color we wanted.
Yeah, cruising. Yeah, let me play my jam.
Oh no. Oh no, this is embarrassing. His jam is actually the news. Well, we know. Deaf people, we can excuse it, I guess.
Yeah, let me play my jam. Let me pull the window down. Ooh.
Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh yeah, there's a lot of gel going on here.
There we go. Cruising. Let me crank it up.
What is he doing with his arms here? It's the engine. The piston's moving up and down.
Cruising. Yeah, even more. Look at that constellation. That moon and that shooting.
Oh, that's so nice. Look at all those stars. Let's count them. Oh gosh, that's impossible. There are millions out there. And the moon. It could be a tiny crescent moon or a full moon. It's up to us to decide. Oh, shooting star. I wish. Oh,
There we go. Yes, even more. Pushing the pedal to the metal. What are those lights? Oh, the cops. Let me get them.
those lights. Cherries and berries. Police. Too bad. Look at that mustache on this officer. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I gotta push it even further. Let's go.
Look at his mouth. He is going fast. Probably 100 miles an hour in a 40 zone. No wonder the police are on him.
Yes, even more. Let's go. Oh, look at that bump. Ah.
Yeah, that bump. That could be anything. A downed tree, a rock, roadkill. Oh, and here, we can finally see the police officer's mouth. But I gotta tell you, it stinks. Let's give him some fresh breath. Oh, so much better.
There we go. Even more. Whoa, look at those lights.
Oh, look at those lights. It's a helicopter full of news reporters with their telescopic lenses. Bad boy.
Uh-oh. That means I have to go even further. Spin out.
So he's come to an abrupt stop. The engine is burning up, smoke is billowing out, and here we can see the indication of that.
Oh, man. Oh. Bastard.
That is so sad. Oh, hey, you, forgot this. Death. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, gears turning, tick, tock, tick, tock, minutes passing, tick, tock, tick, time passing, tick, tock, tick, tock. Time passing, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick. Class. Speech class. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Speaking, speaking, practice, practice. Tick, tock. No, there's something more. Speech therapist. Say it correctly. Tick, tock. No, tick, tock. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. All speaking, all practicing, all locks. It's endless, mindless, soulless practice just for one checked box. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. Oh, something better, something different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 15, 16, 17, 18, gears turning, 22, 23, 24, 25, time passing, 28, 23, 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, tick, tock, say it right, tick, tock, check that box, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, heartbeat, tick, tock, heartbeat, tick, tock, something more, deaf art. Survival through visual language, visual art. The deaf world explodes with expression. Deaf heart, heartbeat. Deaf heart, heartbeat. Tick tock. Exploding with expression. Deaf heart preamble approaches the clock. Deaf heart grabs that minute hand. Deaf heart turns back time, busts the gears, bursts the springs, takes back time, takes back hours. Tick tock, no tock, tick tock, tick. Taking back that time, taking back that stolen time. Endless minutes, endless hours, bursting springs, busting springs, taking back and taking back in. No more speech class. No more checked boxes. Tick tock, heartbeat. Tick tock, deaf art, deaf can. So what if we don't hear? We can feel. Tick tock, heartbeat, heartbeat. New heart, new time, new clock. Tick tock, new time, new art. Deaf heart, free and bold, deaf heart surges forward, deaf heart is that something else, deaf heart battles through, breaks through, and soars. And the speech therapist?
You stay right there. Hello. How many of us are deaf in here? Oh, nice. Good number. So we all know deaf Bing, right? You've heard that before. Things that deaf people tend to do. So we'll show you through shadow work. So the first one, I forgot what the first one is. Oh, yes. It's the phone call.
Okay, so I was looking for something. Can you show me? Oh, is that where? Okay.
Hearing deaf. We saw them walking by. Okay. Cool. Okay. Next. My next one. Let me check the introduction. Let's see.
Hi. Are you from here? Oh,
Nice and talking. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so.
Okay, so good. Great. Now, what would it look like for deaf introduction?
Hey, are you deaf? Yes, I sure
Oh,
am.
you're deaf. Oh,
Oh,
where are you
you
from?
around here?
Oh, these are the questions we tend to ask,
Hi.
right?
You know, do you know? Yes, you do. Right, okay.
Perfect. Awesome. Good job. Okay. So next, we have the helping hands. Now, let's see. Some hearing people help each other out. See? She said something. You turn around. So, deaf Bing for this would be something like this. Oh, his back hurts. Oh, yes. A friend coming with you. Now he has the sign with one hand. Okay, okay, good. Now we have the party. Oh, they're all hearing. Yep.
Hi, hey.
She's deaf.
Hi, can I join you guys?
See them speaking.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Oh, hang on. Hang on. Put the finger away.
Hey, what's going on? Can I, what do you, oh,
Guys, why are you not including her?
Oh.
Hey, no, stop. Wait,
Um,
what? Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. It's okay. What would a deaf party look like?
hey, hi.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
So what are we talking about?
included her. That's so great.
Oh,
Very
thanks.
welcoming.
Yeah, definitely. I'm down for
Deaf
that.
community.
might.
Okay, go guys.
Yeah, okay.
Get off. Oh, you know, deaf standard time. Oh, watch me sweat. Yeah. Okay, next we have the secret. So these are hearing people. See them whispering to each other? I can't be here. I'm trying to eavesdrop. And we have them deaf over here.
Okay, no one is around. No one's watching us. But did you know that Niall is coming to Rochester?
Really? Niall's coming to Rochester.
Yes. I actually kind of hate Niall though.
You hate her. Get out of here. You go get kicked. That is not okay. Hate Niall. Now we have the fight. What's the fight look like with hearing people? Let's see.
I'm sorry, what? That is
You
not
see-
okay to say. I'm sorry if you thought that was appropriate. That is absolutely
Oh.
not the case.
Ooh, calm down. Machismo. Okay. Let's see what a death fight looks like.
Whoa, hello? Are you not paying attention at all?
Gets
You
bigger.
just hit me like that?
Thanks. Don't like that. Now we have the interruption. So let's see an interruption in the hearing conversation. There's nice space between them, nice and comfortable, no distractions. Walk through, no problem. Oh, he's a little goatee, that's cute. Okay. Now let's see what happens with the deaf conversation. We all already know what's about to happen.
So good to see you. It's been forever.
So much space between them.
Good.
Oh,
Yeah,
just walk straight through.
it's gonna be great.
Oh, it's like, oh, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
would
it's
you like
fine.
to go
Okay,
there?
now this one I can't even bear to watch. Thanks. Seriously? Really? You gotta American Ninja Warrior your way out of there?
Anyway,
Okay, let's go. Now, we have an endless list, but our final one is the longest goodbye. So sad. Now, remember, deaf standard time.
okay, so wow. I am so
Oh.
glad that we got to chat for
You're
hours.
still
That was so
talking.
lovely.
Oh, they're hugging those fast. It's cute.
Okay,
It's
so
okay.
maybe we can. Hey guys, we gotta go. Oh, hold on. We're not done. Okay, so we have to go,
No,
but
go.
maybe we'll get together next week,
You
right?
gotta go.
Oh, good. Oh, you know, before you leave, I was thinking maybe we should talk about how we're going to get
gotta
to know each
go.
other.
Hey, we gotta go.
Let's just hold on. We're still talking.
Yes, go.
Okay, so anyway, maybe
Excuse
we
me,
could
ma'am,
on
miss,
Facebook,
hello?
so you know, you just
Either
go to
one of you?
Facebook.com.
I have an idea. Just
Just
wait.
name
Watch.
into that search bar.
I got this.
And then you'll see.
I got this.
Did you?
Hey,
Deaf family member? Oh,
you,
hey, oh.
go!
Breathe. There are 3 doors that open and close, each working as an internal identity of mine. Intersectionality, intersectionality, inter. The 4th door will not open. I fight, I struggle, I'm not ready. Water floods in, starting at my feet and ending at my head. Drowning, drowning, drowning. My head is above water. I'm struggling, not breathing. Bubbles leave my mouth. My lungs fill with water.
I accept my fate, my destiny. Further, further, further. And if I can breathe, I've always been able to breathe underwater, above water. I'm still the same person. I open the 3 doors, water filters out. I am me again.
Sign Union flag. The deaf community comes together, cherishes our language, is connected, honoring the heart, looking forward to passing things down. Communication without misunderstanding, a spirit of respect, strength. Recognize, stand and gaze upon the flag, for the time is now. For you, regard our peerless flag and spread the language of hands.
Hey, that was a nice ABC number story. Do you want to see it again? And then I'll let you know the different handshapes that are in.
You can do it again. All right.
A,
Sign the Union flag.
C,
The deaf community comes together and
F,
cherishes our
G,
language.
H,
We are connected
I, J,
in
K,
honoring the heart,
L,
looking forward to the
M,
future, passing
N,
things along.
O,
Communication without
Q,
misunderstanding,
R,
spirit of
S,
respect, strength.
U,
Recognize,
V,
stand, and
W,
look upon it.
X,
It's inspiring.
Y.
The
and
time
Z.
is now. All of
Now
you
numbers 1, 2,
regard our most excellent flag
4,
and spread
5.
the language of hands.
Oh, that was nice. Wait, come back. I'm not done with you yet. I'm not done. Come back. Now,
Okay.
I have a challenge for you. Can you do it backwards?
Backwards.
Yeah,
I don't
backwards.
know if it's going to make sense.
Oh, come on, try.
Okay. Sign language. Spreading is most excellent. Stand and regard the flag. Recognize it. Strength, spirit, and respect. Communication without misunderstanding. Community together, looking forward to the heart, honoring our connections. Our language is so beautiful. The deaf community coming together under the flag, proud and united.
Way to
Hey, what do you know?
That was awesome.
That actually worked.
Yeah.
You know what? ASL is true.
We must honor our deaf ancestor, our deaf family. John T. Williams. He is deaf First Nation. He worked as a woodcarver. He learned that craft from family tradition, passed down 7 generations. He learned at the age of 4. He grew up in British Columbia, Canada, as well as Seattle, Washington. On that day, a tragic event occurred. It was 2010, August 30th, around 4:12 p.m. in the afternoon. John was just walking down the street, crossing the crosswalk, and then all of a sudden, a police officer drives beside John. His name is Ian Burke. The officer was yelling at John to stop as he was walking, yelling, "Stop, stop." John was just walking along. He didn't hear a thing. Ian Burke disregarded this and shot John 4 times. A few moments later, many police arrived on the scene. And what occurred after, I'm going to show you now. Just be warned, this is graphic content. Viewer discretion advised.
So you see some adults there.
Hey, put the knife down. Put the knife down. Put the knife down.
What a friend. You know, John McGrath is always there for me, isn't he? Go ahead.
Officer Ian Burke resigned and was never prosecuted over this incident. He still walks free today. The community, outraged from the situation over in Seattle, protested. John Williams died at the age of 50. The community grieved and was heartbroken over this incident. John's brother Rick decided to gather the community. They all convened, and together they carved a totem pole and erected it in John's honor. There's another place that John is honored. As you can see, it is a crosswalk, and it's a painting of a deer. And this is the same place where the incident occurred, over in Seattle, Washington. John's brother Rick walked alongside another officer in solidarity, and it was a beautiful event. This is our deaf family. This is our deaf ancestor. We all must remember John. We all must honor John. And we all must cherish life as well. Wow, that is beautiful, and it's of the same palette. What a beautiful painting. So inspiring. All done. Perfect. It's time to go. Let's go.
People everywhere say ASL is beautiful. But that sentiment is not enough. Trees are beautiful, and they are cut down every day. They are destroyed into wood chips and sawdust with machines. In the same way, our language is destroyed, becoming wood chips or broken hand shapes, which should be gathered up and cherished. I alone cannot protect and defend our language. We need people to roll up their sleeves and get to work, fighting for our language survival. Trees are vital to our ability to breathe. We need them to survive. In the same way, ASL is vital to our ability to thrive. We need it to survive. I am committed and dedicated to advocating for ASL and teaching it so that our signing hands can remain free. In a forest of trees, an eagle scans from a high branch. Takes to the air and flies through the valley, following a river toward the horizon. The word tree vanishes and disappears with its image as soon as it is spoken. The sign tree is an image that remains powerfully rooted. I want to take a moment to earnestly thank Patrick Graybill for encouraging and supporting this production this evening. I also want to recognize Bob Panera. I was a student in many of his poetry courses, and here I am, putting those lessons into practice. Thank you, Patrick, and thank you, Bob.
Is Karen Christie one of our directors in the audience? If she and Patty could please come up to the stage. We see you both. Come on up. And Nancy as well. Hello. Come on over here. We want to thank you. We have a gift for Nancy, and one for each of our directors. We're getting together as a cast later this evening, and we'll give you your gifts at that point. I mean, I don't think that was a surprise. I think it was on Facebook. We, as a cast, would like to thank you so much for all the artistic energy and thought you put into painting for us. Wow, you could have been doing many other things, but you decided to come and help us. And we know that you made many copies of each of these paintings. Oh, jeez. Here you are. Oh, that's really cool. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you for joining us and being a part of this production. These are gifts from the cast. We made these together, and we really wanted to just thank you for working with us. Thank you, this looks lovely. Wonderful, thank you again. And thank you to the interpreters and to the crew running the light board. Thank you all.